Hello, English scholars! Under the Feet of Jesus by Helena Maria Viramontes. That is the last unit for English this year. So I just want to give a little intro video about kind of what to expect, how we're going to go through this, and just how to kind of read through Viramontes' style. We will be doing all things in this novel in our Unit 4 folder on Schoology. Remember from your intro that Helena Maria Viramontes is a very character-driven author. So that means she is writing more about character perspective, character experience, rather than kind of a huge, thick plot. As you're reading, there's going to be Spanish included in the novel. So that's going to be portraying the different characters' experiences. They are Latina and Latino characters. So if you are ever confused while you're reading, maybe that might be her intent, kind of puts you into their shoes, into their situation if they're not understanding other languages, okay? So just take that in as you're reading. If you're confused, that might be her intent, and just consider what might be her reasoning behind her writing methods. See if you can gain some perspective, gain some empathy, see what you can get out from having this kind of reading experience, and see maybe what Viramontes wants you to get from this. We have an omniscient narrator, meaning that our narrator can get into the perspectives of the different characters. So we are not just getting one character's perspective. Our narrator is kind of giving us what's happening to all the different characters. This omniscient narrating is part of Viramontes' contemporary literature style. So we have talked about postmodern literature, we've talked about modern literature, and now we are reading a contemporary novel. So that also means there are no quotation marks when characters are speaking with dialogue. Instead, there's going to be kind of dashes. So it might be confusing at first if someone's talking, but the more you read, the more you'll kind of understand Viramontes' style. So we are going to be reading this novel in 3 weeks. A reading schedule is posted to guide you in each week. This is a comparable amount of reading if you were coming to class and we were breaking it up into 2 to 3 blocks. For this reading experience to end out our year, this is a very good time to practice chunking your reading, meaning you're not going to sit and read the entire week's worth of reading all in one sitting, unless that is totally up your alley and you can actively read for that long. Instead, think about chunking up your reading into 20 or so pages in a sitting. So think about reading as a treat rather than a chore. We're at this stay-at-home time, so think about kind of taking your book and just enjoying some sunlight, or laying down, or kind of reading in a nice corner, wherever you like to kind of read, and kind of just center yourself and have a little bit of time for yourself, and also English. You will be reading and there will be discussion posts each week. So on Schoology, you're going to be responding to questions from the chapter as well as to your peers' ideas. So use this to build your ideas with your peers, read the responses, gain a more full understanding, and you can also use that space for questions as well. So feel free to come into these Google Meets to get more clarity on each chapter. You may read ahead, but be sure to be annotating as you read to help you pick out key information and to give you notes to respond to with these discussion points. Especially if you read ahead and you're going back to discussion posts, your annotations are going to be really helpful in guiding your responses there. Again, break up your reading to be sure you're being an active reader. So ask questions to yourself, take notes, take breaks so you're really paying attention as you're reading. If you're just reading words and zoning out, maybe it's time to take a break and then come back when you're ready to really kind of fully understand Viramontes and her kind of story as it builds. So think about the characters and how they're growing. That's really what we want to get out of this book. I will also be posting chapter recaps after each week to help give you some supporting information from your reading. So you'll have some supports, but we will be getting in some reading from a new perspective and engaging in discussion posts for some critical thought. So use your reading as a treat during the stay-at-home time and enjoy this story. I'll be here for all your questions, but let's enjoy the end of our year together and enjoy this novel, Under the Feet of Jesus. Look at all these good annotations. This is what I want to see from you guys, and I want to see what you get from the ending of this book here. Okay? Cheers. Stay safe. I'll be hearing from you soon.